How you guys doing today? This is my first episode number 1, titled JEFF Censored, Rest in Peace. So, as you guys all know, it's been presumed that JEFF Censored Supreme Lord Commander has passed, apparently from a brain aneurysm, okay? As to what day he died, I've heard it was on the 24th. I've seen the 18th is for dates. That's a little a gray area right now. I listened to Jeff for at least 2, maybe 3 years. I can't exactly remember how long. And I think I had seen his stuff years ago, but just never subscribed to him on YouTube. And you know, he lost a lot of pages that he put up. It's a very sad moment, man. I cannot believe he's passed. Around the time he apparently passed, I was thinking about him in my head and thinking about what he's been talking about, and I got to go to his page. I hadn't been there for a week or so, and just a kind of interesting situation, right? You know, I definitely want to memorialize him and tell everyone how much I appreciated his outlook, his perspective on the whole New World Agenda thing going on. Definitely interesting outlook. And who knows what's going on? I mean, it just makes my mind go crazy. Now, honestly, I want to believe Jeff was a real guy. It wasn't an agent trying to put out disinformation. I mean, this world is so crazy. We really, unless you knew him personally, you can't say whether or not he could have been some type of COINTEL program. But I'm going to go ahead and live with the idea that he wasn't, and he was an actual true human being. And every time I heard of it, his sincerity, it came off real, in my opinion. You better wake your ass up. Anyhow, what do you guys think? What do you guys think happened to Jeff? Did he die of an aneurysm? I do remember him complaining about headaches. Okay, we don't want to mention too many things on YT, so you know how they installed that thing in the earlier part of the year, the G5? Remember how they installed on that? Well, I've been getting weird like head issues where I feel like I lose my vertigo. Like I feel like here's my head and my brain goes like this inside my head. Now I don't know if those are frequencies, you know, going through and giving me this feeling that I've been disturbed, physically entangled by something in my brain. That's a whole nother subject, and I won't get into that. But how that kind of could relate back to Jeff if that was something he could have been suffering from. I mean, we don't know. We don't even know if he's really dead or not. But I'm gonna go ahead and suspect he is. A ton of information online you can find, it seems, regarding his passing. Wow, I can't believe he's gone. You know, who's gonna A, B, C, D, E, F, G, LGBTQ unicorn land with us now? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to investigate really what happened to him, man. I think he would want us to, especially if something was nefarious. I mean, the guy was talking about concentration COVID camps in Canada. I mean, come on, if that's a fact, don't you think they shut his ass up? But at the same time, is that whimsical, out there thinking? You know, at this point, reality's just been so crazy. What really is going on? Anyways, he taught me a lot of different things. I didn't believe everything he said. Sometimes I thought his stuff was a little outlandish, some of his interpretations of videos and stuff, but some of it made sense to me. You're not going to agree with everybody. So, you know, we lost a great one if that's the fact. He was a good one. He was funny. He contributed. What now? What happens now? We all continue on this fight amongst each other over bullshit, fight over what's going on. Anyhow, I don't know what to think, man. I couldn't sleep last night. I just found out yesterday, so today's 12/30/20. 4:16. So earlier this morning when I was painting, I found out, and it kept me up. I couldn't even work. I looked into it a bit. So I'm kind of offset by the fact that I could miss somebody I never met. You know, it's interesting how we can gain some kind of, build neurons for somebody via the radio waves. Pretty interesting. Well, let me know what you guys think, man. Message in the comment section. And again, this is my first episode, and the reason I'm coming out, Jeff was one of the main people who inspired me. I had been thinking for the past year I should do a show, but you know, I'm an artist. I'm kind of public in my arena, and I have posted about globalism, eugenics, world history, and I lose followers like crazy. And boy, do the little Twitter tyrants come in using their tinfoil hat gifts to try to debunk you. They have no educated debate with you. They can't interface with you in real life. Oh, Twitter, and how it's just turned some people really toxic, but it's also does a lot of good for the world too at the same time. Sometimes I feel like it does more bad, but who am I to determine that? Whatever's happening is odd. I think the timing of Jeff's passing is ironic, natural or not. But we do need to keep Jeff's legacy going. And if you feel inspired to talk, get on here, get out there and put your information out there. But maybe you risk getting your ass whacked if he was, you know, like. Do we put out our information? Do we want our brains out online, on YouTube, on BitChute, on Rumble? Do we really want what's in our brain, what we're thinking about the current situation online so they have that data? Do we want that online? I mean, we're giving everything to these damn techs. You know, I really believe that freedom will not exist like we knew it again until maybe the grid has to shut down, maybe internet has to die, and that's how I make my living, you know? I make my living selling paintings online. Paint pretty much anything. This here is for a client, as you can see. Well, what are we doing? Jeff C. dead. Loved you, bud. I mean, you were a funny guy. I wish I could have smoked a dude with you. You old Canadian, eh? Anyhow, what's going on, man? What happened to Jeff Censored? Did he really die of a brain aneurysm? Did he really die? Was he COINTELPRO? I don't know. I know what I feel, but I know what I feel might not be right too. So I'm not going to try to make any statements, but just pose questions and bounce it off of the people in the world, you other people who actually think with their brains. Again, episode number 1, OTV. Jeff Censored, rest in peace. Get off your ass and read something. Read some white papers. Lately I've been reading and printing out everything I can. So, you know, the internet shuts down, like, you know, read this shit. Right here, look. Fact sheet for healthcare providers administering vaccine. Pfizer BioNTech, Kobe, to prevent the corona beer. Anyhow, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued an emergency use authorization to permit the emergency use of the unapproved product. Unapproved. Interesting. Oh, and just so you know, they got a countermeasures injury compensation program. Interesting. Federal program that has been created to help pay for related costs of medical care and other specific expenses to compensate people injured after use of certain medical countermeasures. Anyhow, also just some basic vaccine information. What are vaccines? The different types of vaccines. The mRNA vaccine is a new, novel science. It's a new thing. Entering cells. Anyways, we'll talk about that in another episode. But anyways, episode 1, Bo TV. Jeff Censored, rest in peace, man. I wish I knew what you looked like, man, so I could have painted your portrait or something. But maybe I'll do something else for you, Jeff. Paint a mural for you or something. Y'all take it easy. OTV.